Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope our microphone is on. It's Friday. We made it. We made it through the week. We're today giving away that maxi from yesterday's show. We got a Jalen Duren one to give away for after today's show. We got New York Mets 3000 says intro song bops. Hell yeah. Do me a favor, if you're just getting here for the first time, like the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're now at 676, baby, 24 away from 700. Steve's saying, Mike, you were wrong about Claxton. Yeah, Claxton. Listen, but you know what we were right about? I mean, let's go look at the ones that we crushed. I told you guys not to get too weird on that slate, right? Not to get too weird. And we had Jokic, what did he finish with? Like 18 points in the paint. I forget who else was absolutely killing it, but I know Jaylen Brown burned a lot of people as well. Wait, didn't I say? Oh, I guess I did say Claxton was fine. What did Rudy end up with? I forget what Rudy finished with. Either way, we're back at it. We're grinding. One of the reasons that I kind of liked going Shockey yesterday, although I know some people were like, well, I already used those guys, is that today is one we can get a little bit weird, right? So today's slate, we're looking for 30 3-point attempts, 15 makes. So I think we can have some fun with this one because the leaders aren't your normal guys, right? But before we dive into that, let's give away this bad boy. Now, again, you had to do it on yesterday. You had to be here yesterday. So it's too late to enter this one. However, you're still live for the Jalen Duren one, which we'll explain a little bit later. All right, so we got 37 entrants in this one. I scrubbed all of the comments on the channel here. We've got 37 entrants. Here we go. Let's see who's taking it down. I'll send this to you right after the show ends. Ooh, is it going to be Dharma Gardner? Dharma Gardner, kid. Dharma Gardner taking it down. Big W for the Dharma Gardner. Love to see it. We love to see it. All right. So, we'll do Jalen Duren, the MGLE for tomorrow. And what we'll do is once this stream ends, all you got to do, just like every other one we've done, leave a comment in the you got to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the chat that's saying your Top Shot username, and then hopefully YouTube doesn't delete it, huh? Nothing better than Top Shot giveaways, right? Takes me back. All right. Boston Bay said I'm at a bar and have no audio, but I can tell it was rigged. At a bar. Look, you already starting the happy hour, Boston Bays? Get those AirPods in, bitch. You need to hear this. All right. So tonight we have 3-pointer makes. Normally we start with underdog, but you know what? We're not going to do that today. Today, we're going to see who we have playing in tonight's action, what we have for games, and then we're just going to go right into Momentum Labs. This show might be a little bit shorter and sweeter because your boy's battling the elements today. We're battling the elements. I think we have a sinus infection or something. About my head is in the clouds. All right, so for tonight's section, we've got Dallas against Atlanta. That's going to be bunch of buckets in that games. Kyrie Irving already ruled out. We have Houston against Charlotte, Phoenix against Indiana. That should have 3,000 points. Clippers against Toronto. You've got Orlando against Memphis, Cleveland against Milwaukee. Fire up them girds. OKC against New Orleans, and then Portland against San Antonio. So that's what we have for games tonight. And let's go dive into our friend John Boy Beats, the Momentum Labs. And he's got this sorted here by three-pointers, the projected three-pointer makes, okay? Projected three-pointer makes. So we're going to pull this up here. And this is what I was talking about, where we go chalky yesterday, because today we can go a little off board, right? So we know we have Paul George and Luka Magic, right? And if we're going to talk about Luka, we're going to do a Luka drop, okay?
Luka Magic.
And you're right, Bandy does look sweet. See, we got over there. He's just staring out the window. We just went for our afternoon walk. All right. So you're going to see Paul George and Luka. Now, again, we need 15 makes, right? So we need an average of 3 makes, and we need our guys shooting 6 of them, basically, right? We want to go 50%, 15 for 30. You asked if Paul George is questionable. I didn't see that in my rankings earlier this morning. I have Kyrie. No, Paul George is good to go. Oh, wait, now he's questionable. Yeah, you're right. That was a late ad. He's questionable with a sore left groin. Ooh, baby. He left the Clippers last game with the injury, but returned. Friday is also the first game of a back-to-back, except for L.A. Norman Powell could start for George if he were forced to sit against the Raps. Okay, that's something to pay attention to. Yeah, wow, interesting. Good catch there, Mr. Kicker. Late Q tag. I do not like a late Q tag. Late Q tags make me uncomfortable. So I probably wouldn't play Paul George unless he was ruled in. Trey is still questionable, so he's going to be tough. But yeah, it's Sam Merrill season. But let's start here. So Luka, he's projected for 3.5 on Underdog. You can get him for 4.5 with like the spicy marg for pick'em. But 3.5 against Atlanta. Atlanta's involved, both Atlanta and Dallas involved in high scoring situations. No Kyrie tonight. So I do like Luka, and then we can stay in this Dallas game here for a second, and you drop down to the 9th or 8th best play. Tim Hardaway Jr. also averaging over or projected to make over 3 a game. So I think Tim Hardaway Jr. and like Luka, if you've already used him, I totally get it. But I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is a great call. Luke Kennard. Somebody's got to take shots for the Memphis Grizzlies. And I don't think you've used Luke Kennard already. And he's got the 3rd highest projected three-pointers made on the slate with 3.4. Let it rip, baby. I like Luke Kennard quite a bit, especially if you don't want to use one of your big guns. CJ McCollum, who's New Orleans playing again? They are playing OKC. I actually don't love this one as much just because OKC does have some guys that can guard you. Because I'm assuming they put like Dort on them, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. We'll see. Donovan Mitchell, though, Milwaukee. We know how Milwaukee plays defense poorly, especially against the guards, right? So Donovan should have no problem getting shots up. I know they just played each other. What was it, 2 nights ago? I'm actually going to pull up that box score because I know he didn't go off, but let's see how many 3-point attempts we saw in that game. I believe it was on Wednesday, right? Was it on? Yeah, 126-116 was the final score for that game. So plenty of points. Donovan Mitchell, okay, all right. So he only hit 2, but he took 11 threes, all right? Fire up Donovan Mitchell, baby. Fire up Donovan Mitchell, especially if you haven't used him yet. Sam Merrill is another one. And again, in that same game. So Sam Merrill came off the bench. He played 27 minutes, took 9 threes, knocked down 4 of them. All right. Sam Merrill in his last handful of games has just been chucking. I like, and they're using him more. And even though he looks like he probably does your taxes in the offseason, he's really been shooting the ball really well this season. He's averaging 6 3-point attempts on the season a game while making just under 3 of them. But in his last 5, let's look at his last 5 games here. His last 5 games, he's gone 4 for 9, 8 for 13, 5 for 14, 2 for 6, 4 for 6. Sam Merrill, lock and load. I think he's a great play tonight. And I know some people are probably concerned, like, oh, can you play 2 guys from the same team? I think it's fine in this situation. I think both of those, like we just said, In the last game, Donovan Mitchell got 11 threes up, and Sam Merrill got 9 threes in that same game. So I think you can absolutely fight. Those are two, like Luke Kennard, Donovan Mitchell, and Sam Merrill are like 3 of my favorite plays here. I'm going to jump into Anthony Simons here, who's projected to have 3.3. So just so you guys see, Sam Merrill, LaMelo Ball, and Simons all have 3.3. Simons is the only person that I think is good at basketball in the Portland Trailblazers. He is projecting so well tonight in almost like all fantasy stuff. They're playing the San Antonio Spurs. Trey Jones is questionable in that game for the Spurs. Both of those teams suck. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. Simon's last 5 games, right? He's gone 4 for 9, 4 for 9, 3 for 7, 1 for 7 against Brooklyn, 6 for 12 against Phoenix. I really like Simons tonight almost in all formats. So he, like, again, if you're nervous about Paul George because he's questionable, you're nervous about Trae Young because he's questionable. I think somebody like Simons is a really, really sharp play here. So I'm fine with Simons. Let's look up LaMelo too. LaMelo, man, his shooting numbers, I feel like, have been dog doo-doo. And maybe it's just recency bias because he was really bad in the last game. I think it was against the who did they play in that last game? Detroit. That last game against Detroit, he went 1 for, okay, this is his last 5 games. 1 for 8 from 3, 1 for 6 from 3, 4 for 6 from 3, 4 for 12 from 3, and 3 for 13. So, I mean, the good news is, maybe you can just say it's variance. LaMelo is going to take a lot of threes. He might not make them, but he's going to take a lot of them. Regulator said LaMelo is still recovering, should be better soon. Yeah, I agree. He just looked rough in that game, man. A lot of offensive fouls, a lot of turnovers. So I think I would rank them. I would rank Simons ahead of LaMelo. Obviously Trae Young is questionable. If Trae Young's good to go, I think he's a great play. But I actually think with his Q tag and with the weird ones that we have, we don't have to do it. Buddy Hield. So he projects to knock down 3. His last, and they're against Phoenix. That's another one. There should be a lot of points in there. Buddy Hield's last 5 games, he has taken, what is it? He's gone 3 for 5, 0 for 2, 5 for 8, 6 for 11, 2 for 6. Again, I really like this Phoenix matchup. I think Buddy is fine as well. Staying in Phoenix, I wanted to look at something real quick here. So no, it's too thin. I was going to say Miles Turner because bigs really do beat up on Phoenix, and I know Miles Turner can shoot the ball. It's a little thin. He went 3 for 6, 0 for 5, 1 for 2, 6 for 10 against Portland, and then 1 for 4. But I don't think you need to go that far down. People ask about Brandon Miller. I do, man. Brandon Miller is a great fantasy play tonight. I'm not entirely sure. Let's look at that 3-point stuff. Let's look at it because it is still pretty new. His role is new in this situation, right? But the last game, he's gone 5 for 10, 3 for 4, 2 for 10, 4 for 7. He had an 0 for 1 against the Spurs, but that game was a weird one. Brandon Miller on these sheets projects for just under 3. That's the other thing. Like, I know it looks like Brandon Miller is way down, right? Is way down here in projections at, what did I say it was? 2.9. Yeah, 2.9. That's less than 1. You know what I'm like? There's only 0.8 separating Paul George and Brandon Miller and the projections, even though there's like 12 or so names in there. So I think Brandon Miller is fine if you want to flex the fact that you've got a rookie. Regulator also saying, oh, nice, Kevin. Regulator also saying Brandon is better at home and he has to score more with the Rozier trade. Yeah, I like Brandon Miller. I mean, I know this is the Fast Break show, but we're going to be doing So Rare, which is a little plug over here. We're live before lock is in just a couple hours on this channel. So if you're in the So Rare streets, tune into that. But Brandon Miller is like the best value play on the entire slate this weekend. He's just going to be doing a ton of stuff. We had Eagle Putt in the chat, just switched PG and added Sam. Without watching, I would not have played. Oh, I wouldn't. Without it, I would not have played him. There we go. There you go, Eagle Putt. Good to see Eagle Putt in the chat, baby. But yeah, let's rank these. I think Luka's going to take a ton of threes. So, but if you don't want to use Luka, let's assume you're not using Luka. Give me Luke Kennard, Donovan Mitchell, Sam Merrill, Simons. Those are like my 4 favorites. And then I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is fine. I think, wait, did I say? Yeah, Luke Kennard, Donovan Mitchell, Sam Merrill, Simons. And then I think any of these guys in this range, like Buddy, Dame. Dame lit up the Cavs in that last game, right? He went 2 for 9 from 3, but he's taken 9. The volume is what matters here. We want volume. Yeah, did I not pull up Buddy? I thought we had just talked about Buddy when I talked about Buddy and then Miles and then Brandon. But yeah, Buddy's fine. He's gone 3 for 5, over 2, 5 for 8, 6 for 11, 2 for 6. And again, I like this matchup. I like targeting this matchup. The Atlanta-Dallas matchup and the Phoenix, what's the other one called? Phoenix, Indiana. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that. Yeah, and Hardaway is the way to go without Kyrie. I think that's fine too. I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. is great. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not shy about shooting, you know. His last 5 for him, he's gone 4 for 10, 4 for 7, 0 for 7. He had a 9 for 15 game against the Pellies. So plenty of opportunities with those. Do we hold Luka for later? You've got one Luka bullet left, and then I'll get to the Bogdan conversation. So when we look at this, right, we have the 35 plus minus. That's going to be a tough one. Honestly, I think you could if you wanted to save Luka for 150 points, right? Because you need 5 guys to average over 30 points in that one on the 29th. If you wanted to save him for that, I totally understand. But if you're not using him, that would be the only other one I would use him for. And then we'd have to look at the schedule on the 29th to see if he even plays. Because that's the other thing. Like, you might be saving him, but if he doesn't play that day, it doesn't matter. And on the 29th, the Mavericks do have a game against the Orlando Magic, which I don't love that matchup, but Luka's pretty much matchup proof, so I wouldn't worry about it at all. Yeah, you could save Luka for the points on the 29th, but I think he's going to chuck, man. Him and Tim Hardaway Jr. are going to chuck. Bogdan, yeah, we can look at Bogdan. He projects right in that same range of 2.9, right? So Bogdan, Brandon Miller, Freddie VanVleet all project for 2.9 threes per makes in this game. How many has he been taking though? I actually thought Bogdan was going to be a little bit more electric without Trae Young the last couple of days. With Trae Young having the concussion, I thought he was going to be chucking a little bit more. So he's gone, 4 for 9, 2 for 8, 1 for 6, 3 for 7, and then 2 for 4. So I think Bogdan's fine. He's not my favorite, but that would definitely be my fifth one in. Willis, this is a great point. This is a who's who of burn trade tickets. You're absolutely right. On the plus minus, just play the best players against the worst teams. Yeah. Yep, that's right. And that's tomorrow, right? So, and especially since we're not going to be doing a show tomorrow because it's Saturday. Here's the schedule for tomorrow. You're looking at plus minus. So the Celtics play the Clippers. You got Washington and Detroit, which I bet Detroit's favored in that one too. Miami, New York, Philly, and Denver, Houston and Brooklyn. Honestly, this is pretty hard. I don't even know what the best plus minus plays would be. Utah plays Charlotte, but it's in Charlotte, so maybe it's a little bit closer. I'd fire up all your Minnesota Timberwolves this weekend because Saturday, Minnesota plays San Antonio. Sacramento plays Dallas. Yeah, it's good. Saturday slate's not super easy. We also have like 3 ABC games on Saturday, which is kind of fun. Just play the Nuggets starters, dude. The Nuggets play the Sixers. I play the Sixers, man. I know. But yeah, that's really it for today. I don't know if you guys if there's anybody else you want me to check, I'm happy to do that right now. But I think this is what's nice about this slate tonight is the best plays are guys you don't normally use. So it's very easy to click Luke Kennard tonight, Sam Merrill, even Anthony Simons, Tim Hardaway Jr., Donovan Mitchell. Like those are all great plays if you're saving Luka. Embiid's not going to. Has that already been ruled out? Did they already rule that out? Did I miss that? Did I miss it? Or is that just like historically speaking, he doesn't do that? Could be that too. Speaking of Indiana Phoenix, baby, we have flights are booked, hotel is booked. We're going to Indianapolis. We're on to Indianapolis for the All-Star game. That's just a couple weeks away. It's pretty exciting. Going with So Rare. We're going to be doing some So Rare videos. We'll be doing the dunk contest. I bought tickets to the No Dunk show that Friday night. We're excited for also hotel prices were holy shit in Indianapolis. I'm just so used to living in New York that I assume every time I leave New York, it's going to be like super, super cheap. Whoo! Could not stay in downtown. We're like 15 minutes outside of the city. Because the downtown, everything downtown, the cheapest, $600 a night was the cheapest you could get downtown right now. $600 a night. But I found a good one for like 240. That's a little bit further away. We're just going to be Ubering. I'm not going to tell you exactly which hotel just because I don't want you guys showing up. Although I don't think anybody that's going to All-Star Game weekend's probably staying a little bit closer, which kind of stinks. Of course, they have to make up all the year's worth of revenue. Not like it. The same thing happened to Utah too, in Salt Lake City, where the prices for that were astronomical. That flight, I remember that was like a $750 round trip flight. I don't think. I wish I just knew I was going sooner. If I knew I was going sooner, I would have booked it sooner. But Federico, you locked your lineup. Who do you got? Federico? I also think so. When we do this show next week, I'm actually gonna participate. I'm gonna try to get myself in there into the fast break game and see if I can start making some lineups so I can play along with you. But we'll do it next week. We're gonna start the membership thing next week too. Could Doc be the all-star coach, dude? Because the Celtics can't be the all-star coach this season, so I don't know who it's gonna be. All right, Federico's rocking out Kennard, CJ, Buddy, THG, and Simons. I like that. Tell me about it. We're doing the Eras Tour. There you go. Enjoy. Staying in Chicago. All right, we got Devin Vassell. Let's see where Vassell is. I actually don't hate Vassell tonight. But he projects way lower. So he projects for 2.5. I do love this matchup against Portland, though. I think it's pretty solid. And then when we look at who is his last 5, Devin Vassell has gone 1 for 4, 2 for 6, 4 for 6, 4 for 8. The volume's not super high on Vassell. I'm a Vassell truther, though. It's 1,200 a night, Kevin. Whoa. 12. Where are you staying? Are you staying close, or did you? Man, I even looked at Airbnbs too, and there was some sketch, so we didn't do it. Whoa, 1,200 a night. That's crazy. All right, see you later, Eagle Putt. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, we'll probably call it here if you guys don't have anything else. Just a reminder, if you're in the So Rare streets, come through 5:30 p.m. 2 hours from now. We'll be doing Live Before Luck. Yeah, he was asking about how 1,200 a night, or it's 4 Wemby TSDs. There you go, Kevin. You think about it like that. I remember Kelsey got on the pre-list for the pre-sale list for what was it, for the Eras Tour in New York, and she bought like 6 tickets at $150 a piece. And though I was like, you gotta and she got me a ticket and like 5 of her friends too. She got a bunch of them. And I was like, listen, I'm sure I would have a great time. I'm not like anti Taylor Swift, but I'm not like pro, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'll go and I'll have a good time. I shouldn't even frame it like that. I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not like a Swiftie, I was like, just sell mine, and then you all go for free. And instead, I didn't go, but because she wanted her best friend to go instead, which I respect too. But I'm just like, dude, sell just one of them. Sell one of them, and then you went for free, especially because we live close by. You don't need a hotel. Oh, it's brutal. I didn't get it. Snoop Loop's asking what happens if you miss a day. You just don't get it that day. So there's thresholds, right? So I forget what the exact thing is. If you get like 4 right, you're guaranteed a crappy pack. 8 right, 2 crappy packs. Over 12 or 14 or something like that, you get more, something like that. It's about the experience, man. I know. Yeah, because I didn't go. Baby got bad blood. I botched that. I'm tired today, guys. I'm really tired. Oh, regular saying it's 4, 9, and 13. Those are the thresholds. So there you go. All right, gang. We're going to call it there. I need to go drink some tea. I need to rest this thing. My favorite article, I spent X amount on Taylor Swift tickets for my daughter, and I don't regret a thing. Yeah. Listen. You just love it. I've done dumber. I just spent all that money to go to Indianapolis in February. Ooh, Limp Bizkit live with the Bones. Okay. All right, dudes. We'll be back at 5:30. I hope everybody has a nice little afternoon. Best of luck in the fast break streets this weekend. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget, after this video is over, just comment your Top Shot username into the comments, and we'll draw that Jalen Dern on Monday when we fire this back up on Monday morning. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Have a great weekend. We out.
Well, the Top Shot streets are